All right, now that I'm driving extra time, I can make a part 2, an official part 2, because I want to get this out of the way. And then maybe I'll make another video later, who knows. Typically, I wait till later to do my part 2s, but oh well. Oh, thank God it wasn't that way finally. It wanted me to go the opposite way yesterday, and I wasn't gonna do it. So they don't actually start doing drills until like 6:40-ish. Like they close the roads and whatnot. So I'm just really happy that they don't actually close it at 6:30. So I'm not worried if I'm a little late. As long as I make it close to 6:30 or even at 6:30, 6:35, then I'm not gonna sweat. But thankfully I'm not the kind of guy to really ever show up 10 minutes late. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of guy. So but anyway, I talked to them this morning. Next Friday, I have a doctor's appointment, so I have to leave early. Hopefully, I can remember that. So nice, I get a bit of a short weekend next week. Is that Minda's car? Or Maria's car? Is that where Maria is? She's in the little building literally next door. Huh. Okay. I don't know why she won't tell me that, but I know. I'm going to be like, Maria, I know where you work, but I'm not going to tell Christina. She works in one of the smaller buildings. Literally even closer to the hospital. But yeah, Maria is in like a super happy mood all the time now. Maria's this little Hispanic lady that I've worked with at Winder Fulton, but she did the Dennis Fulton side, but I guess people were complaining about her a lot. So people were complaining about all of us in general, so not just her, but mostly dental shit. Because the dental people, I guess, are kind of rude. I don't know why the fuck Laura always went that way. I like the little wraparound. It's nice to get a couple extra miles. It's been all 16 miles so far, because I wouldn't go. Sometimes it'll have me go through the checkpoint literally once or twice, but I've mostly been going around lately. I've mostly just been going around. But anyway, so Jake called me yesterday while I was at work, and I had to tell him, let me call you back closer to like 1 o'clock-ish. And he was like, okay. But he's an afternoon guy, so that's why he doesn't really call all that much during the time I'm off, because he works in the fucking daytime. He works the opposite what I do. Because I asked him, because I noticed he doesn't pick up his calls a lot. So I'm like, I wonder why you keep doing that, But he's not a morning guy. He likes to do 1 in the afternoon to like 9 o'clock at night. Me, I'm just like, no, I'm good. I like to get the shit done as early as possible. I mean, like early. I shouldn't say as early as possible, because I could be here at like 4 in the morning, so I don't want to say that. Early within an obvious reason. And I made it 5:55. I clocked in at 5:57, so they're not going to sweat if I clock in early, which is good, because it makes up for some lost minutes anyway. So I'm glad to know I can clock in a little early from time to time. The 7:30 people are a lot weirder about it. They'll wait until 7:30 to clock in, which I also was doing that too, but then now I'm glad to know I can clock in a few minutes early without. But I think they just cut people a break only because, we drive long distance. I don't know where everybody else goes. I only know where Maria goes, and Minda, Laura, and Christina, I only know where they go. But the other people, I don't know where the fuck they go. Javier goes everywhere. That dude's all over the place, but only people who need help, So with me, I don't really need help, so I'm not really ever bothered. But he might have to go to the second building next Friday because I gotta leave early. Which, that is awesome, by the way. They got these paintings, Christmas paintings next to the Christmas tree. Yeah, plus it's really nice driving through the little town, all these buildings that are in between the military base. I think I'm like dead center in the base. Actually, that might not be true, but gotta go from, I'm in the middle considering the highway, so I must be in the middle. But it's nice seeing all these little town areas and all these old buildings and all that stuff. It's pretty damn cool. It's a nice little sight to see. They all look like big old college dorms. That's what they all look like, big old college dorms. So, when I went to work yesterday, I brought an acai bowl and a fruit bowl with like kiwis and blueberries and stuff. I'm never bringing those again at the same time. Either one or the other. Because I brought both and I decided to mix all the fruits in my fucking acai bowl. And it spilled. I spilled a couple a blueberry and a couple kiwis. I was so freaking pissed, dude. I was like, oh my God, bro. Not the kiwis. Not the kiwis. I fucking love kiwis, man. Can't do that to the kiwis, bro. Can't be doing that to the kiwis, man. So, and then the police, they hang out here, I guess, the military police. I don't know if either their office is here or if they're just car people. I don't know. Oh shit, is that a... No, it wasn't. Okay. I sometimes really hope I don't drive through fucking stop signs. I mean, I don't, clearly, because that car kept going too, so... That car is decked out with fucking stickers. Race car stickers and all that stuff. DC, Fox. 2000s crap, man. Crosstreks. I don't know what the hell that is. Ken Block. Oh, I remember hearing about a Ken Block passing away. I remember that. But yeah, a lot of old school stuff from the 2000s that I remember my cousins liking. Because my cousins used to really like DC and Fox and fucking dirt bikes and shit like that. Race cars, probably. Just shit like that in general. They just probably still do. So anyway, but yeah, he called me and we talked for like an hour and a half. And it was fun for a while. We were just talking about guitars and same old shit as usual. And trying to come up with some band names. We came up with some... And I don't want anything edgy. I don't really want anything cringy either, But I thought of a couple of names just based off of my life experience. But again, I know they're kind of cringe. But hear me out. They sound somewhat cool, but they're just typical fucking quiet kid names. So there's the High School Rejects, which actually doesn't sound cool when I say it like that. And then there's the Quiet Kids in the Corner or some shit like that. That was another idea I threw out, but Jake wasn't really that impressed, and I told him, dude, I'm not really that impressed either. I was just throwing some ideas, but those are really dog shit ass names. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I thought they sounded pretty cool at first, to me at least, but yeah, Jake wasn't too. I was just like, I don't blame you, dude. If you can come up with something better, because I'm not very creative with music, like writing a song. I'm not very creative with writing a song or coming up with a name for a band, you know. Because all the cool shit's already pretty much taken, you know. AC/DC, Metallica. I wouldn't name my band Megadeth. Wouldn't name my band Slayer either. But, you know, hence I can't even think of other metal band names. Proven point, you know what I mean? And I listen to a lot of metal. Sorry about that. I choked on air. So, yeah, we were talking about names and shit like that. And I asked him, why don't your dad just help you buy a guitar and then you just pay him back? Because his dad, which is understandable, is like, we already got a shit ton of guitars. But I get it, you know, Jake likes the Flying V's, but Jake doesn't have a guitar that he's really thrilled about, which makes sense. It's kind of the same with the bass and the Stratocaster that I have. Like, I could just work off with those, but, you know, they're not something I really want to click with and go and join a band and write a song, apparently. And the bass isn't even mine, honestly. The bass, sorry it's so dark, by the way, but the bass isn't even mine, honestly. I'm just borrowing it. It's a great bass, though. It's got some real fucking boom on it, but it's kind of uncomfortable. You know, those violin basses are low-key kind of uncomfortable, but that's just me. They're still wonderful basses. I played a Hofner before, and it was you know, it was a cheaper Hofner. It was like a Contempt something. It's like $800 at Guitar Center, but it wasn't a legit Hofner bass, you know. But it was nice. It was fun to play though, but it felt almost identical to the bass that I'm borrowing, you know what I mean? Hence, I think the one that I'm borrowing is trying to copy Hofner low-key, but because Kingston, I've never heard of Kingston, and, you know, I don't even know what year that guitar is. I just know whose it was. So, but yeah, you know, with that being said, yeah, the Rickenbacker, man, I clicked to that shit so fast. Because people like Rickenbackers. People want to look heavily on a Rickenbacker, man. People look at those guys pretty well high up there. I could have gotten a Fender bass, like I said, but I just wanted something different from a Fender this time. You know, maybe somewhere down the line I'll probably get a Fender bass. But, you know, it's not really in my interest at the moment. I just want to get the Rickenbacker. And then I want to get another Rickenbacker, an actual new Rickenbacker bass. You know, but of course I'm just going to work off the 4001. Because you got to have a 4001 and then you got to get it a friend at some point. But it wouldn't be Jet Glow Black. It would be like Fire Glow. I want a Fire Glow 4003. Brand new. But the Black Jet Glow 4001, it was just so worth it to get. And I'm going to get it fixed, too. I'm going to get it fixed up. I was telling him, you know, about, you know, because the dude can apply for a credit card. But, you know, as long as you don't use and abuse it all the time, then you should be fine. And if you're not stuck in debt, you'll be fine. But he's too scared to do that shit. So I'm just like, well, you know, yeah, you're on you. It's on you, man. that's the only fast way to get the guitar unless you want to blow a whole check on it. Because he called me and he was like, dude, I got this really fat check. And I was like, he's like, I think I want to get a guitar. I'm like, get the guitar, man. You know, go for it. And then it was, no, I should probably use it on a bed and all that stuff. I was like, bro. Bro, you fuckwit. Why the fuck did you call me about it then? Not really. I wasn't really mad about it. I was just like, you know, your priorities are your priorities, man. You take care of what you feel the needs to be taken care of, you know, because I still need my time with getting shit down. I told him just save up $50, $100, because the guitar he wants is just an Epiphone. He just wants an Epiphone of some kind. He doesn't even want to go all out with Gibson or whatever. He wants an Epiphone, which I would want a Gibson. I have kind of an expensive taste, and I like high quality names. So, hence the Rickenbacker. Hence, even though my Fender's not an American Professional, it's a Player Strat, plays just as good, you know. But yeah, so. But yeah, his dad came in, so he had to hang up. I don't know why, but he doesn't really like talking with me around his dad for some reason. I've never even met his dad, and I've known the dude for like fucking 8 years now. I've known Jake for a long time. I've known him since like 2018, 7 years. He left in like 2019. I think the beginning of 2019, the beginning of that senior year was when he moved. I think I'll just cut through their building. I'm just going to get started once I get in there. It's 8:20, but yeah, I'm just going to go and get started. Get it out the way, get out early. Oh, you bitch. I was going to fucking park there. Yeah, whatever. I'll park down here. Nobody's behind me. I think I'm parked fine. So yeah, that soldier's running with full gear on, a helmet on. Oh, fuck all that. But I am planning on getting back in the gym next year, the beginning of next year, for real, and sticking with it. Well, my waters can stay in here, and then I'll take my acai bowl, put the pen in here, but not the fucking spoon. Where's the spoon? There it is. Oh, and don't forget I don't want to forget my belt. Last thing I fucking need. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. But yeah, hopefully Jake will figure it out with getting his guitar at some point. But I'm going to get going. Knock it out so I can get out early. Rest early. Bye for now.